What's up? What's up? What's going on? Welcome to Cryptechology. We're here to talk about how you can enhance your future self with blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, and multiple avenues of putting your money to work. And at the same time, getting some content, some knowledge, some information that will help you to level up. It's my Twitter page. I appreciate if you go check it out. You don't got to do anything, but go check out the Twitter, tweet a lead a date, beat box. All right, we got the Twitter beep. All right, and then we got the YouTube. Look at that, yo. We got 790 subscribers. What big boy? Nah, I'm just kidding. I remember we only had like 100. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting my channel. I know it's sporadic. I know it's I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still getting this content creation down. This whole sharing thing. So it's new to me. So bear with it. You know what I mean? But I do have some quality information that I want to share with you guys because it's helped me to level up, and I know it can help you too. I mean, I'm not gonna I just want to show you something real quick. Not because I just want you guys to see some things. There's no way bragging, and trust and believe, I am nowhere at peak performance at all. There's so many way better traders than me and all of this stuff. But what I wanted to show you guys was that I end up growing an account. I literally had $847, all right? And I was focused on growing this money after I had to close my property maintenance and electrical company when COVID started, and I started learning about trading the markets from verified millionaires. So I ended up joining Tim Sykes' Millionaire Challenge, and first of all the people in the community, thank you. You guys are you've opened up a world that I never knew existed. And I'm extremely, extremely grateful for everything. It's a grind. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. I'm still, growing. I'm still improving. And, when I first got into this, I never imagined the ability to make, $1,000 in a day. Like, I never thought that was possible. Let alone $3,000 or whatever. And I know it was a hot market in 2020. I get it. But the strategies and the skill sets that I've learned from this community isn't something that only works during the bull cycles. It works during bear cycles. It's understanding how to navigate the markets, all right? Understanding price action, understanding volume, understanding your catalyst, and how you can create your trading plan uniquely to your success. And then also taking into consideration the number one most important thing is your risk to reward ratio, all right? Cut in your losses quickly. The one thing when it comes to trading in the markets is that when with gambling, if you're wrong, you're walking away from the table with nothing, all right? It is what it is. But with trading in the markets, if you're wrong, you can still walk away with 90%, 80%, 70%, whatever it is your cutoff level. You can still walk away so you can trade another day. Success in trading doesn't come from how intelligent you are. Success in trading comes from your resiliency. How many times are you willing to get back up? How many times are you willing to try again? How many times are you willing to rewatch that video lesson, rewatch that webinar, rewatch, a YouTube video, communicating with mentors, reaching out to other traders, and saying, hey, do you have any books or recommendations? Taking that time at the end of the day when the market closes, then going through your scanning and checking out that watch list, checking out the top percent gainers, checking out the high volume tickers, and see how the market was telling you. Each ticker has its own personality. So what does that mean? A ticker has its personality. A ticker has its personality basically from us as humans interacting with the market. So as we interact with the market, we make a couple decisions based on price levels. Are we comfortable at buying in at this level? Are we comfortable with selling at this level? You can utilize the volume profile to have a more accurate information on the different price levels to see how many people were buying at each levels. And then you can utilize that information to kind of get a judgment call on, all right, where is the volume, where is the vast majority of individuals, coming in, buying in, entering into this stock or ticker. And then on the flip side, you can do that for, where's the majority of people exiting and taking their profits. And then just from that alone, you can create your own trading plan and then attack your niche. There are so many different opportunities and different ways to make money on the market that trying to follow any one person is just only going to make things more difficult for you, and it's just going to confuse you. In the beginning, if you're brand new, the goal is to just focus on your learning curve. Don't worry about making money. Don't worry about trading. Don't worry about what so-and-so did, how much this one made. Don't worry about any of that. You don't even know how to play the game, and yet you're focused on someone that just made 10 grand on a trade, or $1 million, or $1, or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. You're not focused in the right area. You need to know how to play the game before you can navigate the game. So that's what your learning curve is. And I would suggest that you would find a mentor to help you speed up your learning curve. And the whole point of me showing you this profit chart, which is really not that great, but hey, it's me. It's organic to me. It's my journey so far. And this nice kind of like upward movement, up and down. And so what happened right here? I got to like damn near $500 to PDT, and then all of a sudden you see a drop off and then nothing. All right. So what happened during this time frame was that I end up forcing myself to lose. I took some money out to invest in my business, to invest in some crypto mining equipment, and also started some long-term positions in a few other projects that have actually turned out extremely well for me. And at the same time, I knew everyone kept saying that, like, oh, if you have success when you're first starting off, you're not gonna last. You're gonna run into issues because you're not gonna know how to respect the loss, to respect the win, and all these things. So I'm like, man, even though I learned quickly, I still wanted to experience all those things. I wanted to experience that big loss because they were right. You don't know how you're going to react. You may think you won't react, off of a $500 loss, or a $1,000 loss, or a $5,000 loss, or a $10,000 loss. You may not think you're going to react. All of a sudden, when you're going through that, like when you're in the heat, you're in the battle, and that happens to you, and then all of a sudden you're just sitting there and you're just like, yo, oh shit, what's this little tingly feeling I got in my stomach? Oh my gosh, like why do I feel nauseous? And you're telling yourself, like, you know, it's part of the strategy, it's part of the process. Like, you're telling yourself these things, and you know that it's gonna, that you're trying to not let it affect you, but at the same time, you've never have gone through that experience. So at the end of the day, your body just doesn't know what to do. It just knows that you're going through some type of stressful situation, and normally when you are in a stressful situation, these are the ways you react. But when it comes to trading, we have to take a step back and remind ourselves that, look, yes, we lost money. Okay. Why did we lose money? What happened in this trade that stopped me from being successful? Did I hold on to my trade too long? Did I not exit at my ideal point, at my ideal level? Did I convince myself that it could bounce back? Am I in this for a long-term trade, a swing, overnight swing, or a day trade? What is my entry? What's my exit? What's my risk to reward ratio? Is this a 1-2, a 1-3, a 1-10? These are things that you have to prepare yourself in the beginning before you trade. Not because, like, I'm trying to say, oh, you need to be super analytical, you need to know this, da, 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 da. Not for that, but mainly because by doing that, you are preparing yourself to have a successful reaction to whatever happens. And this is actually a way that you can trick your mind into being a successful, consistently profitable trader and end every single day, no matter what, no matter if you make money, lose money, with happiness. Or maybe not happiness is the right word, but yeah, being happy or being content, being comfortable with what's going on. You know, you're not pissed or you're not, this overjoyed. You're happy with how you perform that day. And the way you can do that is by following your plan. So when you create your plan and you're like, all right, I'm going to enter this ticker at such price. If this price rides back up and tests resistance and doesn't break out to new highs, and then I'm going to exit on the pullback when it retests support that was previous resistance. Or if it doesn't break and there's decrease in volume and I see that it breaks my level, and I'm going to get out. And then you do that. Yeah, you may have lost, but you still won, because at the end of the day, you were disciplined to your trading plan. All right? So that was it. That was just my little trading thing I wanted to get into, because I do trade, and this is my millionaire journey, and I need to continue keeping progress and keep documenting this journey. I've been quiet about it because I've been just low key, slowly just studying, preparing myself, and just grabbing as much content, knowledge, and mentors as I possibly can. So when my account is funded again back over PDT, like, we're gonna hit the ball. We're gonna sprint. We're going. We're ready. We're prepared. Opportunity. Preparation meets opportunity. Okay? Alright. But that's it. That's all I want to get into. But now, let's get back to the whole reason why we are talking today. Alright? HNT, Helium. If you guys don't know anything about me, what we're doing, we're building out the decentralized wireless network, okay? Helium could be a generational investment. This is an article that I just found. I thought this person did an amazing job on talking about what we have created in the Helium community and Helium ecosystem, And as soon as I saw this, I was just like, boom, I need to make a video on this ASAP, because whoever wrote this did a stand-up job at really breaking down what it is that we're here, the value that we're providing to the world and to the community. And most people don't realize this. Most people don't understand the use case behind helium, but it's freaking fantastic. Like, it really is. So I'm gonna stop talking. It's already been 15 minutes in this video, and we haven't even gotten to the core of things. So this is gonna be a good one, guys. All right. So, and gals, whatever. So get your notepad, or get your coffee, get your tea, get your drink, sit, chill. You know what I mean? And let's get into it. All right. All right, cool. Let's get into it. So, helium, yeah, we're coming for you, telcos. Maybe not fully, but we're coming for you slowly right now. We're focused on the LoRaWAN, long range, wide area network, okay, for IoT smart sensors. IoT stands for Internet of Things. And Helium Blockchain has given us the missing link. The missing link. The past, the present, and the future. Helium Blockchain has given us the missing link to the IoT movement. The past being radio frequency, the present being wireless network, and the future being blockchain technology. With the combination of all three of these things, Helium has given us the ability to grow out a decentralized wireless network that anybody can be involved and participate in right now. I was lucky enough to get involved at an early stage, and I end up utilizing my own business into growing out the decentralized wireless network, the LoRaWAN network within my town. Yeah, I single-handedly turned my town into a LoRa smart hub. And I'm extremely proud of myself for that accomplishment. Most people don't even realize it, but hey, we have coverage now in Maryland, the Harford County area, in the Mid-Atlantic region, and throughout the entire world. We're also in Florida, we're in Jersey, we're in Maryland, we're in PA, we're in California, we're in Texas, we're in Maine, we're in the UK, we're in Australia, we're in China, we're in we're in London, we're in Germany, we're in Sweden, we're everywhere, okay? Everywhere. Yo, stop playing, for real. If you guys don't know what's going on with Helium HNT right now, you need to get out from under the rock, all right? And start connecting with some real world use cases. I'm tired of people talking about all these other protocols, all these other projects, all these other things that doesn't have any real world use case. But yet, no one's talking about real world use cases like Helium and like Handshake. Things that actually change the narrative and helps the people to level up and enhance your future self. So, let's get into this, all right? We're not going to talk about the little write-up. He did a great job. Basically, real quickly, he talks about how Helium quietly has built out this network and community, and the biggest asset to Helium is the community, and I totally agree with that. But now, we're going to get into the slides that he's created and done an amazing job. So, why is Helium HNT a winning company and investment? Number one, Helium, I don't like to call it a winning company, you know, because it is a decentralized community. But at the same time, you know, there is Helium Inc. But Helium Inc. has just given us the blockchain. Everything else is on us, the people, just so everyone's aware of it. You can get the hardware, and then you can build out the network yourself. Helium is not involved in that at all. But Helium is there to help you with, you know, education, and some information, and also like, you know, they're like the Green Ninja. They were the one that brought everybody together in the beginning, okay? And they're still required, and not required, but they're still needed to help keep the glue, because there's a lot of different communities in different parts of the world, and that Helium brings us all together, and that's important. Remember, blockchain technology is not about removing leadership. Blockchain technology is about increasing leadership, okay? Increasing the amount of leaders, increasing the amount of people involved and providing their input, their intelligence, so we can handle some real world vulnerabilities, issues with some positive solutions. So, number one, Helium has quietly built the largest decentralized telecommunications network in the world. Like, yo, in the world. We're bigger than Bitcoin. We got more nodes than Bitcoin. Nobody wants to say that. But I'm going to be 100 with y'all. Just so you know, Helium is literally the biggest network in the crypto ecosystem. Like, real talk. The biggest. Alright? The most nodes. Anyway. So, Helium achieved a product market fit years ahead of competing projects by pioneering a new approach of bootstrapping network creation using tokens. So what does that mean? They basically created something to incentivize the behavior for the network infrastructure build. This has created a strong first mover advantage with over 500,000 physical routers already deployed, capturing wallet share philosophical adopters first. A lot of people were tech geeks getting started, all right? Engineers, hobbyists and things like that. But then all of a sudden we were hitting this ceiling, all right? We were hitting the ceiling and it wasn't really going past that in the IoT sector, in the IoT world and lore. And all of a sudden blockchain came out and Helium came out and the opportunity to earn came out, and all of a sudden we just blew right through that roof. All right, and then we started bringing in, some more people, and people that don't know anything about sensors or technology. They just know, hey, if I get this device, plug it in, I can get some, earn some passive income. Why not? So that's cool. Now, our job, my job, and the rest of the community that may understand the technical parts of things, it's our job to educate the people that are coming in and may not fully understand the use case. And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we're not here to say, oh, you can't be involved or this, that. It's got nothing to do with that. We just want to let you know that mining is secondary. Mining is secondary because we actually have a legitimate, strategy. Like, we have something of value here, guys, with Helium Blockchain. I want you guys to understand this. Like, we actually have something of extreme value. There's no reason to game the network. There's no reason to scam people. There's no reason to mess this up for short-term gains. If you want short-term gains, there's so many better strategies that you guys can get involved in to put your money to work, like trading, okay? Short-term trading is a really great way to put your money to work. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is information for entertainment purposes only. So let's continue moving on. We got massive addressable opportunity in multiple networks. We started off with LoRa, and that was the strategy. Can a community of people build out a network infrastructure? That was the initial question. And then we were like, wow, this is working. Let's see if we can utilize this for cellular and 5G. And that's what Freedom Fi has come out. And we got the Freedom Fi beta that I'm part of right now myself. And you can also get yourself a Freedom Fi gateway in a small cell and create 5G coverage in your area. And at the same time, that's just really fantastic. So winning in any one of these areas is going to be a huge return. And it's just, we're building out a new network. All right. So then there's the mobile 5G operators. They're planning to invest about $200 billion of CapEx into 5G into the next 4 years, which comes out to about like a 40x fully diluted value. All right. Then we have rapid market growth, which we've already seen. People are getting involved because they know what's going on, and they're like, wow, I can use an IoT sensor to track temperature. I can use an IoT sensor to track air quality. I can use the IoT sensor to see how many people are coming into my business. I can use the IoT sensor to check the water pressure in my rental property. I can do an IoT check to do a pulse check on this apartment building for people that are looking to find a deal. Hint, hint, don't you take my thing. We've created a value pulse. Stay tuned for that. It's really going to be an amazing project of how IoT and real estate comes together. Value pulse. Anyway, and there's a really seasoned tokenomics supported by platform growth with over 2% long-run inflation. It's aided by world-class partners and investors to include Multicoin, Ribbit, Firstmark GV, Anderson, Horowitz, and a few others, okay? So these investors played a large role in the distribution of the Helium story. And then, lastly, we're going to close out this slide. There's a strong, long-tenured management team acting as evangelizers at Glass for the first 5 years of the Helium project, and now their unwavering belief in the project's success. So, total addressable revenue could be over 150 billion and forms massive upside opportunity. Not financial advice. These are some of the stats that this person has created from market data. All right, as of January 24th, 2022. So, what's Helium and what is HNT and what's that about? So, here's a quick overview. Helium is a protocol that incentivizes the deployment and management of physical wireless networks. Helium facilitates crowdfunding of physical network development on an individual node basis with rewards proportional to network scale. The Helium network enables coverage provision using below technologies such as LoRaWAN. LoRaWAN is the IoT network. It kind of started with like the Things network overseas in like the UK, all right? And that's for your smart sensors. It's literally a network specifically for sensors, and it uses low power. Helium has traditionally focused on low frequency networks, which are commonly used in the IoT industry for devices for communication. But now we've also implemented 5G. This announcement with FreedomPhi in 2021 enabled new nodes to relay 5G coverage, which is really fantastic. And during this time frame, they facilitated Dish to help with distribution. Yeah, Dish, the Dish network. You guys remember Dish from back in the day? Well, they're coming back into the mainstream, and they're like, yo, there's an opportunity here. Let's get involved right now. HNT is the governing token of the Helium network, HNT, and it acts as the central binding medium of exchange and store of value across any activity on the Helium network. HNT is the reward for miners providing coverage of the Helium network. And that's what I'm talking about. So Helium and LoRaWAN and the gateway, it creates coverage, all right? And you can utilize a device like this to actually test out coverage. I put a different antenna on here, okay? But this is called a Glamos, all right? And this Glamos I use every day after I deploy a hotspot to test out the coverage in the area to make sure that it's working. And then we'll just click a button and then you'll see confirmation. Actually, let me show you a quick example of it right now. So while this is turning on, we're going to continue going through the slide. All right. So HNT is rewarded to everybody. All right. And it's also used as a 1-on-1 ratio to create data credits for consumption of bandwidth on the Helium network. You need these data credits, so that is how the packets are sent on the network. All right, so you use HNT to buy data credits, and you have data credits, and that's what's used for your pay for the transactions. All right, as you can see, so when you turn it on, and I click and I press this button right here. Okay, you can see it's got the spreading factor. We're gonna hit send, and now let's see what happens. Alright, so you can see we have RSSI and SNR. So that means a packet was sent out and we have confirmation that was successful. That means there's currently coverage where I'm standing right now. There's currently IoT LoRa coverage. HNT uses a burn mint consensus, which is extremely important. I would definitely recommend anyone that's interested in the tokenomics of how this is a deflationary token, deflationary strategy, check out the burn and mint consensus. But basically, it requires about 1 HNT is burned for every 1 data credit created above this certain threshold. And as of January 2022, like, you know, now, all right, there are over 500,000 deployed Helium miners. The current timeline, so in 2013 is when all this was founded. So it wasn't like just overnight people just started this thing out of nowhere, all right? This has been something that's been in the works for some time, and everyone's been trying to figure out the best way to go about this. 2013, they raised the Series A. 2016, they got a Series B. And then 2019, they got a Series C. In 18, they pivoted to the crypto model, all right? And they were like, oh, let's see if we can get Bitcoin and IoT and put that together. All right. And in 2020, we had the ICO. 2021, HIT 19 was passed. And 2021, we also have Freedom Fi and Dish partnerships. All right. There's key business stats. The current public valuation right now is at 2.7 billion. All right. Total capital raised is at 165 million. Founded in headquarters is in 2013 in Cali. All right, our CEO is Amir Helium, and the key institutional investors, Union Square Ventures, Ribbit Capital, Multicoin, First Mark, A16Z. And here are the key performance indicators. So you can see as more hotspots are coming online, we got more cities. All right, we also have Reddit subscribers on the social media aspect of things, and this is the circulating supply and the average price. All right, so as you can see, we're continually growing each year. Helium pioneered creation of new incentive model that unlocks massive growing market. Helium is able to provide the same services as competitors at a fraction of the cost. Current cost of 5G roaming on Helium is 50% lower than wholesale roaming market. Yeah, 50% lower. I'm like, yo. You see that? Now you see that? 50% lower. I don't know. I'm thirsty. Anyway, so previous model for bootstrapping a network. Boom. Equipment. Centralized telco. Funded expenditures. All these fancy words. Funding on day one. CapEx. Land rent. Back end. Blah, blah, blah. Wholesale. Technical words. You don't know what I'm talking about. You're like, this is getting boring. Why are you yelling at me? I'm yelling at you because I don't know right now. But the helium flywheel is cool because it got circles. And get your head out the gutter. But, nah, seriously. Helium crypto economic model. Equipment, super cheap. Funding, backed by people. Land rent provided by the consumers. Back end, none. Average cost of Helium 5G roaming, 50 cents to a gigabyte. What? 50 cents? No way. Man, I'm leaving. Where are you getting 50 cents from? Yo, for real. Because we're paying a lot of money for data right now. So Helium, come on. Alright. Seriously, buddy? That's my dog. That's my dog. You my dog, Blue. My boy, Blue. Alright. The helium flywheel. Got a little circle thingy, another little circle thingy. Alright, so we got a circle thingy here, and a circle here. Alright, so let's see. Boom. Let's start from better mining, ROI, network growth, economics of scale, manufacturer competition, lower hotspot costs. And then going this way, we got more devices using the network, more data credits burned, higher HNT price, the helium flywheel. All right, cool. Now, moving on. The underlying market for 5G LoRaWAN is massive and shows strong growth. Of course it shows strong growth, but the problem is people don't know. How do we get people to know? Look at all these numbers. And you're like, I'm confused. I know you're confused. So I'm here to help you not get so confused. Seriously. I'm done yelling. But look. We've been paying a lot of money to telcos for data that, number one, they overcharge us for. Number two, we end up sharing it with our neighbors, even though you're thinking that you're paying and you got your own bandwidth and all this stuff, but it's not, and they end up throttling you anyway. Number three, they're charging us a lot more than what we should be charged. Okay? As more and more devices become connected into the future, as more and more information is going to be required at a faster rate, remote working, all right, data tracking, data analysis, okay, um, all of this is going to require a new network. We can no longer have the current network infrastructure right now and become a tech leader of the future. It's not going to work. So instead of relying on the next person, business, or whatever to do it, we can just do it ourselves. The community, us, yeah, us. We can do it ourselves. And you can get yourself your own hardware, or you can host a hardware. My company, we send out hardware for free, and you can host that hardware and earn your percentage each month, and then help build out the new network. Not because you want to make money, but because this is what we need to do. Just like we went from horse and buggy to the car, you know, now is the time to enhance our network. Instead of using that pen and paper to track data, why not have an IoT sensor? So, and when it comes to 5G, this is just be helpful because it puts more money back into your pocket. And you get an opportunity to be part of this new and enhanced version of our of our new network infrastructure, wireless network infrastructure. So here are some of the tokenomics. Helium's rapid growth in the last 2 years is more than justified with the inflation rate, and is allowing significant value to accrue to the token. It should continue to hold given HNT's inflation rate will trend towards zero over time even as growth slows. There are 3 different estimates of network value growth below. And these are all, hotspots, rewards, and, Reddit subs. It's the social aspect of things, the financial aspects of things, and this is the technology aspect of things. All right? Total initial mined supply and tokens in circulation. Currently, about 2.5 HNT is being rewarded each month, and there's our stake and rewards yields around about 7.5% as well. So the tokenomics is likely to change, potentially in fundamental ways, and the protocol transition from a single network to being the layer 1 behind multiple networks like LoRa 5G, well, that's up to us, and we can make that happen by collaborating and continually working together. Helium is very cheap relative to miner extracted value, and it maintains a high ROI for first-time miners. I know the numbers look weird when you first get in. It's super low and you're like point this, point that, and but at the same time, the ROI is truly valuable. And you have your paybacks. I luckily ROI'd in 5 days when I first got involved. So the return opportunity is there. But like I said, I want you guys to understand that there's more to this than the ROI. But there's not a situation where you won't get your ROI. And as time goes on, it may be a little bit longer, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So I try not to think about it myself, because if I want my ROI to come faster, and then the way we can do that is by getting more people involved, sharing this message, and talking about network coverage. Not just talking about mining, all right? Talk about the use case. Why are we building out this network? Why are people focused on buying hardware to deploy hotspots. And yes, the majority of them are doing it to make money and mine HNT. And I get it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of them also end up finding out after being part of the community that there's something of value here. And they're happy to be a part of that. Helium should trade at a premium valuation relative to other Web3 projects and dApps. Helium should trade at a material premium to other decentralized business given unique nature of asset and value proposition. And this is DeFi, wireless, and name service. So you can see all these different other protocols and their network revenue. And currently here's Helium at 5.6. The rest is DeFi, and then we have name service, which is ENS. Okay, so there's still so much upward potential, it's not even funny. So here we go. Here are a couple of things that you should stay excited, and a few things that might keep you up at night. So let's go over the key risk first. 1. Competition remains high in spectrum markets, and with big tech making a meaningful entry such as Amazon Street. So that's a little bit risky, but at the same time, competition is healthy. When I see that Amazon is getting involved, that means that's like verification that we're on the right path, that we have something valuable here. Now, they should back off and allow us to do our thing, or they should collaborate with us and take advantage of this whole decentralized movement. If I was Jeff Bezos from Amazon or Amazon Street, or if I was in charge of that group, I would partner up and I would find a way to get involved to help the narrative of the infrastructure build. I would not commit this to try to take their market or industry. Amazon, you already have a good market. Now, don't destroy the people, help the people. Number 2, it's unclear how the MNOs and MVNOs will react to the incumbency challenge, particularly on 5G distribution, in which they have a key role. Of course, people don't like change, and people that are invested in other businesses and other things, they don't like new competition. Of course not. So it is going to be unclear to it. But at the same time, that's what it is. If that market wasn't so greedy and didn't do the things that they did, we wouldn't be in this situation right now, right? So this is one of those necessary evil. I don't want to say necessary evils. That's not a good way to put it. It's just one of those things that is just it is what it is. So number 3, the burnt mint model leads to large amounts of HNT being minted when usage network value is fallen. Could create a vicious cycle. So that's why for number 3, that's a pretty key risk. And the way to combat that risk is by communicating the use case to everybody, letting people know how they can get involved, increasing network users, and start teaching about sensors and smart sensors. You can utilize something like this. This is called this is the WizBlock developer kit, all right, and I'm working on my sensors as well. Stay tuned for that. I got some amazing things coming down the pipeline. So, but yeah, so you can develop sensors and start sharing that experience with others and getting them involved. And as more and more people get involved, that should help combat the burn mint model. Number 4, the front-loaded token distribution model implies decreasing returns to mining in token terms over time. Yeah, I'm just going to skip over that because, like I said, mining is secondary. Never allow that to be the primary reason as to get involved. Helium is yet to see a killer app emerge. Most current use cases are niche products and or pre-launch. That is accurate. I'm working on something myself. I think it's going to be extremely valuable to the real estate market. And to landlords and property owners. It's going to help them with finding the deal called Value Pulse. So stay tuned for that. And nobody take my idea. If you take my idea, yo, like for real, like yo, don't do that. All right. And so drivers of convex outcome. So number one, strong tailwind for massive growth of underlying data transfer and mobile device markets. Number two, we got the flywheel drives increasing returns to all network participants. Bootstrap costs have already been born. We got number three, so ongoing supply chain bottleneck likely to be remedied by in 2022, and current backlog of routers stands at about 200K plus. Number of manufacturers around 60 right now, which is about 10 times more than last year. All right, and then so hardware deflation will drive decrease in cost to entry in the peer-to-peer network transmission market. And lastly, there's going to be high barriers to entry driven by significant laid foundation of 500K plus routers. 90% of urban and 75% of suburban zip codes in the US have a Helium hotspot, which is extremely amazing and just fantastic what this community has done. So the core Helium team are missionaries and have navigated massive pivots with commendable skills. So Amir, Mark, and Frank, kudos to you all. I mean, thank you so much for coming up with this. Thank you for this opportunity. It's allowed me to grow my business and my company, and I'm just helping to do my part in building out the decentralized wireless network. So I really appreciate you all. And that is it. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit long. It's a little bit different. All right. So as you can see, Helium, we're really working on something amazing. And I just want you guys to see, like, look, there are blockchain crypto projects that's focused more than, you know, going to the moon. Okay. I'm not saying we don't want to become wealthy or we don't want riches. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we are taking the strategy of focusing on the value so that in turn that value will then create riches and wealth for us. And this is currently what coverage looks like. And that diamond shirt. Another thing, like insiders, the diamond, these are like the witness lines. They're coverage lines. All right. So thank you everybody for watching. We have 500 physical routers that have now been deployed. That's 10 times in year 2021, and it continues to grow rapidly. And so let's continue to collaborate, work together, support each other, and let's build out the decentralized wireless network of the future, the IoT network of the future. My name is Simon. Thank you for watching Cryptechology. Enhance your future self. It's time to level up. If you're looking to host a hotspot, leave a comment below or shoot me a DM. We can send one right to your way, and you can start earning passive income tomorrow. All right. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Catch you on the next video.